much time as I can, just learning his thought process and what he's thinking on different plays, and how he can be different coverages. So it's been incredible.
Going back to when you were in the portal, kind of what sold you on Iowa?
There's a lot of impressive things that sold me about this place, but I think, I keep talking about Coach Lester in the system, and I think it's a great fit for my skill set as a pro-style quarterback. And it's been great. There's a lot of room for improvement and areas that I can learn from.
To get here in time for the bowl prep practices, how helpful was that for you?
It was super helpful just to be able to see how they ran it and get an idea for what I was stepping into.
I think your folks knew Coach Lester. Is that kind of how the relationship started?
Yes, sir. They did. They went to the same high school that he did growing up, and so I think they knew of each other. Maybe they might have been friends in high school. I think he was a little bit older than them, but it was fun to reconnect when I entered the transfer portal.
When you were at the high school level, what'd you take away from being coached by Dilfer?
I took a lot away from being coached by him. That's one of the biggest blessings that I've had the privilege to play for him. He taught me a lot about the quarterback position, a lot about schematics, coverage, footwork, all the above. And so I learned from him. I think the biggest thing that I learned from him is to step out into uncomfortable situations. He showed me that that's where you grow the most, and he would never let me be comfortable. He would try and put me in uncomfortable positions always to help me grow. So it was a blessing to be able to be coached by him.
Any kind of favorite moments so far as a Hawkeye?
I'd say today was pretty fun. Getting to run that touchdown in the end zone. There's been a few moments, but I think just overall, just being a part of the program, I think this program runs things differently in a good way. And so, I love how Coach Ferentz is just a simple man, and he's super black and white, and I really respect that because, oftentimes that's what people are lacking in college football.
How do you evaluate yourself kind of today and throughout these 15 practices?
I think today there's a lot of things that I could learn from. Some 2-minute I think that I struggle with. But overall, I think I progressed over the 15 practices, and just like I said, starting to learn and get a better grasp of what we're trying to do with this system. But I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and just being able to be coached by Coach Lester, he has such a good idea of areas that I need to work on and areas that I can get better at, and how to actively pursue those areas.
How helpful has it been to, obviously he's not been practicing, but to have Mark in the room?
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, he's an experienced player and a great dude, and so it's been awesome to just be around him and learn from each other and talk ball.
What was it like